Hello, Techstars. Welcome back to the Queen of Web Academy channel again. All right, so remember that we have started learning JavaScript little by little. So today we want to do something very exciting. We want to add a button that when we click on it, it's going to change our web page from light mode to dark mode. When we say light mode, like the case of this our blog site that we did during the blog and flexbox project. This is a light mode web page whereby the background is light and then it has text with dark color. So, but if it is switched to dark mode, it will be like this heading whereby the background will be very dark, something like black, and it will have text color of white or something close. Okay, so let's try to do that on this same project that we have done in the past, our grid flex project. Um, the very first thing we will need to do is to create our JavaScript file. So having done that, we need to link it to our HTML and test if we have successfully linked it. Remember that whenever you want to link your JavaScript, you have to come to the last thing. It has to be before the closing tag of body. Okay, like so. So we'll just say script and then the source would be script.js. Then we'll go to our script.js and then console.log to see if it is successfully linked. And we can just say something like this: successfully connected. And then we'll come here, right click, then click on expert to check our console. For those of you who are using Travel Edit, you should know how to reach your console, and it says successfully connected. Alhamdulillah, we are done with that. So let's move ahead. Now let's come to our HTML. So I'm thinking we should put the button somewhere inside the header. So let's go to our header and then maybe, so inside our header we have this div for our logo. Then after the logo, so let me give this one let's say change mode, or let's say toggle mode. So let's use this toggle mode. Then in our CSS we're going to increase the width, then the height will be like 30 pixel, and then the background color, then the color itself now is going to be this or white. So we may remove this. So we don't need border at all. We don't need border. And okay, so we have done this little thing with our button. let's quickly go to this. And then what we want to do first, so we want to first pick our button. So we give it a div and we call it toggle button. So here we will just say let's toggle button. So we want to declare a variable. So we want it to be document dot get element by ID toggle button toggle btn, and then we want to change the background of this main. So we need to target that too, and then its color. So let's see what our main after the header. So we have main, and we're going to give it, let's say, an ID of main. Having done that, should we do anything with this? We can change our header too. We can do something with our header too. Right. Okay, so let's give it an ID of header as well. Okay, so now we should come back here and then try to target them. So header is equal to document dot get element by ID header. Then we're going to do the same thing for our main. So we'll just change this header to main. Okay, so we have done that. So now remember what we want to do now is an event called onclick. So and what do we want to click? It is the toggle button. So we just say toggle button dot onclick, then it's going to equal to this function. So what do we want to happen if we click on this toggle button? First, we want to change main. So we'll say main dot style dot background color, and then we want to change the background color to hashtag black. So it's going to be 222 now, while the color main dot style. Oh, okay, let's first do this. This one that I'm going to do now, it's going to work, but you won't be able to change it back. So that's the implication until you refresh it. So we are going to have something we call if statement. So let's first do what I'm trying to do now. And then we will say should be equal to, let's say, FFF. So this way, if I click on the button now, then we are going to have a dark mode toggled. But the issue is we won't be able to take it back because we have not stated that condition. And we cannot declare this thing twice, saying toggle dot button on click again. No, it's not going to work that way. So what do we now do? There is something we call if statement. So we'll now say if works like function too. So you must put some condition inside this bracket, inside this parenthesis. So you will put condition. Then what do you want to happen when the condition is met? You will now put that one inside this curly brace, inside the code block. Okay, so the condition is if the background color, so we need to confirm what the background color is already for main. So background color is F4, 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 right? So we'll now come back here and we say if main dot style dot background, if its background color is already equal to hashtag F4, F4, F4. So as it is now. So that is when this should happen. This thing that we put here before. So I just put it. Don't forget, I'm putting this inside the code block of if. Now, so I'm putting this, what I've written before, I'm putting it inside the code block of if. So only if. But if it is not so, it shouldn't change. Are you getting it now? But now that it is not so, nothing would happen, right? But we will now say else. Tí kò bá ṣe rí bẹ́ẹ̀ o, if it is not so, rather the background color, the main dot style, I will explain again for you to understand, should be equal to, what is this? So what do we want the background color to be equal to? That is the F4, F4. So, and the main dot style dot color should be equal to should it be black? So 000. So what this thing means is that so after you have declared your event, like okay, on click event, when this event occurs, when this button is clicked, then this function should happen. Then inside the function, we are putting something like uh, a conditional statement. We say if. Yeah, why this? So I shouldn't have the two condition like this. Mhm. So we should say if main dot style dot background. So when the background of this main body is this F4, 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 when it is clicked, so let's say so this is the background already. Now that's the condition. If the background is this, then when you click it, it should change. The background should change to this color, and then the the main dot style dot color should change to this color. Else, if the background, else means if the background is not this F4 F4, which is this background, if it is not this color and it is clicked upon, the background should change to this F4, this. So let's see now. Something is wrong. Let me quickly check. Let me see So I need to move main inside this place. Let's see now. So it shouldn't matter. Something is wrong. Let me quickly check. Oh, I just saw my mistake now. You see here that I saw two mistakes now. So maybe that would likely be the first one. I'm very sure this is a great error. So when you are whatever you are putting inside your if, the condition should come with comparison and not an assignment. This one equal to in programming is an assignment. It's like you are assigning this value to this. You are just assigning this value like main style dot background should take this color. That is, you are just assigning, you are not giving the condition and you are not comparing them. But if you actually want to compare, you use comparison signs. It's either we use this equal to two places or three places. This is stronger than two places, but it can be either of the two, not just one. When it is one equal to, it is assignment. You are assigning value to this. So it must be this or this. Then another thing that I think may not work is I didn't know that I didn't put color here. So this place should be if main dot style dot background. So let's change this to background color and see instead of just background, because that may be too strict considering the background of the screen instead of background color. So if main dot background, if main dot style dot background color is equal to this, let me check. Let's completely remove. Oh, let's completely remove style from here. So here is it. So if main dot start background is equal to d, because eventually it's still going to change to this when I toggle, and I want it to be able to toggle back. Or we will say main dot style dot background color is equal to this. Let me bring everything. So the conditioner is I'm coming so that I can show very well. So I'm giving it this conditioner that if main dot style dot background color is equal to this color, or main dot style dot background color is equal to nothing. So when this toggle button is clicked, so when the toggle button is clicked, it will first check for this condition. Is this condition like this? If it is like this, maybe it has this background color or it has no background color, then it will change to this. The background color should change to this and this color itself should change to white. Else, so if this condition is not met, like it does not have this background color or it doesn't have any color at all, then it's going to change the background color to this and the main dot style color to this. So let's see now. Yeah. So but something is still missing. Oh, I didn't add ash to this. Yeah. So we're going to have this or this. This. So let's refresh it. Then we're going to have this or it switched back. And then this. Let me return the background color that I have here before. So it's not really because we have given it a fixed background color here. So it's safe that we don't put this at all. except in the condition. So another thing we can add to this is that we can ask it that it should change the text, the content of that button by saying toggle btn dot text content should change to, oh no, this is not where I want to put this. Mhm. So toggle btn dot text should have this text. So now then we need to relax so that we will not confuse our user here. So that means we want to change this. Let me add comment by saying this is going to be dark mode. So this is going to toggle to dark mode. So and then when it toggles to dark mode, our toggle, the text content on our button should be light mode, so that it is that light. I don't know if you get it. Come and see it now. Let's see. So when it changed to light mode now, so that is telling us that if I want light mode, that is when I will click on it. Or else, then I will tell this one to do the same, and then this will be dark mode. So don't forget that we don't have database yet. So most of our styling or most of our functionality, we will have to reset it using this place to reset. So they don't save anything. So if we change it, nothing changes. It is not saving this mode. Or how do I put it? It is not saving this style. So let's say we have added some back end to it, then you will be able to understand. That's when it will save this style, and then this will go to dark mode. This may not work again. We have to reset like this and then like that. So now it is in toggle mode from the beginning. So when I click on this toggle mode now, so it's telling me that this is a dark mode. Because this is a dark mode, so it is telling me to change back to light mode. That is why the content on this button is now saying light mode. Immediately I click on it, it's going to say, oh, dark mode now, that I can now choose dark mode. Okay, I want to believe you have learned a lot from this lesson alone, and I want to challenge you to try something else, like changing the background of this header. So when it is in dark mode, I want the background of this header to have something like a navy blue color, at least to differentiate it from the old body. The header should have another background color, and when it is in light mode, it should come back to this color. That is your challenge, and I believe you can do that. All right, so keep learning, keep coding. The sky is your limit. Bye.